Good morning. Fish, the beach bum investor. 9th of January today, 2018. EncrypGen, up 166%. Just stoked with that one. It's actually my first experience with working in the crypto economy. I was unpaid, but I offered to do some publicity writing for David Koepsell and the team over there during their ICO. I wasn't super successful. I had 40 steam writers, but he gave me a go, and it was my first experience in the crypto economy, and a lot of fun, and really gave me confidence to actually start knocking down the doors of other cryptos and seeing what I could do. So, David Koepsell, big thank you to you. That's where it all started for me. And man, congratulations. Market cap hitting $83 million on EncrypGen DNA. We have talked about it several times on this show. If you go back, it's actually mentioned in one of my very, very first videos where I put coins into categories. And I actually talk a little bit about EncrypGen in that video. So just awesome gains for EncrypGen. Stoked to see. I thought it would end up being a sleeping giant, and with an 86 million market cap, just posting up in Discord, it certainly looks to have proven me right, at least for the moment. Stoked. Okay, catching up. All right, back to the start of chat. Crypto Chronicles is number 1. Tren, what's going on? BB Junkie, you're 3rd. You keep miscounting. Z's in. CC, what exchange? I'm not sure what you mean with CC, Slice Keeper. Which one's CC? How are you, by the way? Crypto Chronica said ICX is working towards 1/1000th of a BTC. Yeah, man, it's been incredible. Icon's been another good one. DNA. Q-Link, guys. It's hitting $1 last time I checked. So the crypto wave investment crew is absolutely cleaned up. What's going on, Joe? Eric Meds, how are you, man? I don't know what that symbol is, BB Junkie. ICX got some airtime on Korean TV this morning, apparently. Oh, excellent. Day for it. Never heard the name before. That's a sick name, though. It is just an awesome day for it. Legend. Unfortunately, not an awesome day for the surf. It's pretty flat out there. The northerlies are in. So, g'day, Grinkers. Grinker's one of the few lucky ones that I was able to actually get some Q-Link tokens too. I must have sent, guys, I did contact the Neo support team. I went over to Neo support and asked what was going on, because I've had great difficulties actually sending my Q-Link tokens anywhere. So I've probably tried about 100 times, and I've been successful with about 6 or 7 transfers. So I am continuing to persist with that, but I've checked in with the support team at Neo, and there are several people experiencing the same problem. So don't forget that Neo 0.0.9 has only just been released in the last few days, and teething issues are not unusual with things like this. Wilkie, what's going on? Crypto Chronicles, I think it was 4 to 6 weeks, man. I'd have to double check the double check. We put it all in, like we put all these, amounts and things like that in at the very beginning of the whole thing. So it is on the chat somewhere. But I would have to go and check my my contract to find out, man. All right, I'm just going to have a look at the market. There's been a few good gainers. As I said, EncrypGen, one of them. Absolutely brilliant for Dave Koepsell and the team over there. I really like Dave, guys. I got a good feeling when I was working with him. He seemed like a great guy. Chikai Hinohara, it's 51.50 time, 1080. What are you guys talking about? I have no idea what you mean. I know, isn't 1080 like a move in skateboarding and snowboarding? I don't know what 51.50 is. Anyway, let's have a look at the market. Jiao, what's going on, man? Jiao and I we had a chat this morning. We've been probably haven't spoken a week. That's how busy we both are. It gets crazy. Oh, man, Andy G, that's another point. I won't mention the name. Naughty for mentioning it. But, yeah, I contacted them again only 2 hours ago. So we'll see how we go. Hope so. That's second email I've sent to them. I'm just catching up this morning. Yeah, snowboarding. Thought so. Oh, I can't wait to go snowboarding. Man, Wilkie going to go in Japan. He said he's going to shout me a trip. That'll be fun. Everything under the Neo platform blasted. Yeah, man. Neo NEP5 tokens are doing well. In general, I have got a theory for that. It's that people are having trouble moving them off wallets to exchanges, so there's a limited supply. You don't know why you don't get a notification for your stream anymore? It's the Russians? Nah, I just blocked it, Agent Smith. I was sick of saying you. Nah, joking, man. One of the original Crypto Wave investment crew. Always good to have Agent Smith in the house. Man, I don't know what the problem is there. You can put a support ticket in with YouTube, but I don't know if that works. I've been scouring the internet for OneChain release dates. Saw a post on Reddit saying that there are rumors of the 24th or 25th of January release. Thanks, Seb. We'll keep an eye out on it, man. Probably the best thing to do is join up to Discord. Jiao's bullish as all hell on that, and that man knows how to he knows how to get the news before other people. I don't know how. So, Jiao, challenge being set, man. As soon as that thing's hitting an exchange, we're expecting you to drop it on the group. Dayford said, Niseko, Japan is the best snow I've ever had. For me, it would have to be Lake Tahoe was pretty good, and Whistler was pretty amazing as well. Pretty awesome powder in those two places, but I've never snowboarded Japan. I think Wilkie and I are looking to do that in March, so it should be good. Oh, you're mad about the XRP run-up, Agent Smith? Yeah, man, I did hear about that. Agent Smith has said that there's a lot of talk about the Komodo and Monet's news coming out soon, so we're expecting, I guess, that DICO to be released, decentralized ICO. DNA is flying, and it's only on Cryptopia and Ether Delta still. If it hits bigger exchanges, it'll be a moon mission. Any news about that from Dave? I've been accumulating. Giving Tree Cultivator, I will have to email him. I've only had the response from him that said, yeah, Fish, happy to come on the show and have a chat. So, given the run up on the price, I think people are going to be saying, Dave, what's this thing you got going on? So it'd be a good time for me to get him on the show. I will email him today after today's show. I'm doing a lot of work, guys, at the moment. You can probably see in my eyes, I'm sleeping about 4 hours. So between ICOs and my PIVX work and everything else I got going on, it's really, really a lot of work at the moment. And this Neo wallet sending about 1 in 10 transactions, if that. By the way, no hard feelings to Neo. I understand the teething issues that can go on with implementing new technology. My coins have been lost, so no problems. And, the support team were good over there and just saying, look, it is an issue that some people are experiencing at the moment. Best place to report it is on GitHub. So, I'll try and get Dave on the show. I have promised that, guys. He has actually responded and said, yes, would love to come on. So now we just got to work out dates and times, because I will be working around Dave's schedule for that. He doesn't go, okay, Fish, I'll come on at 11 o'clock when you go on. I say, Dave, if it's midnight for me over here, mate, I'll get up and take the interview. And that'll be live, guys. So I'll try and let you know a time and date for that once we've, Dave and I had a chance to catch up, and we'll narrow that down. Mark G has said, smash that like button. I completely agree. I've been talking to KMD and, I've already read. Now no one's going to smash a like button. Pronounced Niseko. Thank you, CryptoCare. Oh, yeah, Joe. Joe's half, 1/4 Japanese. I can't remember, Joe. I can never remember. ICX is mooning, Sam. Let's have a look at it. I think we should get on and have a look at, I'll just quickly catch up with the chat, and then we'll go for a look at the market, guys. I think that's where we'll go next. Joe said that Japan also has the best snow in the world. Well, I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to catch one of those flies one of these days. Litecoin soft fork to lower fees by a multiple of 100, from 70 cents to 1/7 of a cent. Brilliant. Thank you for the information, Crypto Chronicles. Funfair has been good to me. Don't care. Gambling site. Sorry, Mark G. No, well done on your investment, mate. I always suggested that, like many things, blockchain can improve the gambling industry by taking less out from the players. So that's good to see. I'm not going to invest. I've stated my reasons. Charlie Lee tweeted about that thing. Dyko, aka Dicko. Yeah, mate, we got a famous, well, let's say C-grade celebrity, D-grade celebrity in Australia called Dicko. It's some music dude who knows shit all about music. Sorry, Dicko. What is that number next to your name on Steam? I'm an 18. It's something to do with how awesome you are, Cryptochronicus. So mine being well above the 50s, and Zhao's, I think, into the stupid numbers. Just means that I'm several times more awesome than you. Oh yeah, and for those who want to follow us on Steam, I've got I'm Beach Bum Investor over there at Beach Bum Investor, and Zhao is at Johnny Crypto. What are you over there, Chronicus? Are you just at Crypto Chronicus? Yeah, Wilkie said you have to book your flight. We'll pay in PIVX. For sure, man. I'll go and see Sab soon, dude. I've just been flat out busy. I was meant to send her some info as well. She wanted to do some research on an ICO we were looking at, not the other one, a new one that's been brought to me. And I haven't sent her the link yet, and she was grilling me. So tell her I'm sorry. You're such a noob, you can't even like your own post. Says I don't have enough steam to comment or post. Oh, Noddio's giving me some advice on fly catching. I do get them fairly regularly, by the way, but I just never seem to do it on the stream. But Noddio says, for catching flies, clap above the fly, it'll take off and fly upward. Kaboom! Yeah, man. I've had a friend who reckons he's caught it in chopsticks like Miyagi. I reckon he's full of shit. She is very persistent, Wilkie. That's a nice way of saying she's great at nagging. Okay, yeah, Cryptochronicus, if you want to follow him over there, guys, he keeps really up to date with the crypto economy, constantly has BTC trading on his own YouTube show, and he enters trading competitions as well and streams that live. So he has experience in the crypto economy. Like anyone, you've got to take his opinion with a grain of salt, same as me. Make your own decisions. But if you want to follow him on Steam, steemit.com, it's at Chronicus Prime. Thanks, Cryptochronicus. Any news that resulted in DNA pumping 4x in the last few days? I have to admit, I've never heard of it until now. Mark G, how could you not have heard of it? I've spoken about it 50 times. What do you just tune out and wait for the Leafs updates when you're watching this show? How are the Leafs going, by the way? Anyway, mate, it's a good idea. As simple as that. It's brilliant. When I first found it, everyone was chucking money into like CryptoPing, raised more money at ICO than EncrypGen. And I just went, what the actual F? And when Dave contacted me personally over my 0.1 of an Ether investment, which back in those days was like $25, I said, oh man, I just don't have a lot of money at the moment. And I just wrote a message saying I really like the project. And he got back to me and said, thanks, man. Like, appreciate it. He doesn't say man, he's a doctor. But he wrote to me very elegantly, thank you, and blah, blah, blah. And David Koepsell, I went, oh, that's awesome, but I'm sure this is an automatic sign-off. He said, nope, it's me, running my own ICO. And I'm like, wow. And then we got talking, and one thing led to another, and I started writing a few articles. We did a little, by the way, guys, we did a little giveaway on Steemit for the best question to David Koepsell, but I only had 40 followers. So literally, I think 2 people entered the competition. So one of them got free DNA back in the days of ICO. So yeah, I don't know, man. It could just be a discovery thing. I'm not sure. I haven't heard any news personally, but I even know in the ICO days that Dave and his team were meeting with, I can't remember the name of them, but they're a big medical company that I can't remember the name. I've got it in one of my Steemit articles. So if I troll right back to like the start of my Steemit articles, I can find the name of the company they were meeting with way back in the day. And it still didn't interest everyone because they were getting into trading bots and all sorts of funny things back in those days at ICO. And somehow DNA went under the radar. And it's brilliant, in my opinion. I believe it has the ability to fast track cures by creating a massive pool of data based on genomics. Researchers are going to have a field day with this. Fast tracking cures, maybe even, well, obviously treatment and preventions, but maybe even cures for lots of things. And not only that, it's a secure way of actually keeping your medical records. Better than as Dave would say, it's better than a a filing cabinet with your papers in there, which is what the medical system uses at the moment. In this day and age, that's how your medical records are kept. And sometimes on a server, which is not secure at all. So yeah, I think this is a really good use case for the blockchain. David did a presentation at one of the tech events way back in the day. It might have been a medical event, I can't remember, but it is on YouTube. It's a good watch. All my top picks for the last few months have gone up big time. Got into, oh, why does it jump like that? I cannot handle it. This is Seb. Got into NXS. Yeah, good one, man. That came back nicely after that dump of, after the Ignatius airdrop. Everyone dumped it, but it really came back stronger than before. Link, in there with you. Wilkie got Link at 15 cents thanks to Fish. I suppose I should stop going thanks to Fish since he's offered to take me on a snowboarding trip. QSP, I started to get more bullish on, but I haven't picked any up. I think I set some buy orders on that, but didn't hit them yesterday. You know me, trying to squeeze. Yeah, QuantStamp, I think I like the idea that it's another step to bringing smart contracts into the real world in terms of auditing. That's the main thing I liked about it. ICX, well, yeah, well done, mate. Picked but didn't buy 88 at 2 cents. Oh, that sucks, dude. Yeah, Wilkie said we could have got Cardano at a cent. Fish, what were we doing? And I said, well, probably out surfing. So, yeah, man, good picks. Good time for you. Sam Roberts wants to know what's on Seb's radar at the moment, or might be on my radar. I've got a couple of ICOs I'm looking at that I'm pretty bullish on. QuantStamp, some that I started setting buy orders that I don't already have. Like, these are things that are new to me. And I've started selling out of a few others to consolidate. So I'm actually selling out of more old coins than I am buying into new and just keeping the real ones that I'm really, really, really fond of. So I'm really trying to consolidate that portfolio, and I have been doing well with some of the run-ups on coins that I've had since June. And I'm like, why do I even hold that again? So, yeah, that's been good. Look, QLink, I think Gladius, when Gladius hits market, I think that'll go well based on the success of QLink and Substratum, which have been, overlay the blockchain technology with, shared digital resources for a specific use case, if that makes sense. So Gladius is doing preventing DDoS attacks, which is a very, very lucrative market. Companies really there's a real niche that they can get into there, and a real use case, because what happens at the moment, Alex Godwin, the CTO, was explaining to me that pretty much Cloudflare and Akamai at the moment have these levels of DDoS protection for companies that are looking to protect against DDoS attacks on their website. And basically, you're going to get $500 is the basic level of service to prevent. And then as your website increases in traffic, you have to step up to the next level of protection. And the next plan is like $5,000 a month. So you go from $500 a month, which is still a fair cost for a small business. But if you're trying to expand us into like a bigger small business or a medium-sized business, and you're taking on a cost of $6,000 and taking it to $60,000 a year, that's excessive. So there's obviously a massive gap there where Gladius can, build a shared network through trustless shared network through blockchain, use the resources of individuals and companies in terms of bandwidth to disperse those DDoS attacks and provide a much more efficient and cheaper solution in preventing those DDoS attacks. So for me, that's got to be big money. Like, I did some research, and Akamai's valued at, like, the estimated value is $3 billion, but sorry, that's Cloudflare. Akamai is actually a obtainable value because it has a market cap. It's a public company. Yes, it is. And it's valued at $11 billion. So if we get even to a tenth of the low side of those figures on Cloudflare, we're looking at a $300 million market cap for Gladius. Now, there's a lot of ifs between here and there, but yeah, I think it can have a really good 2018. What gave me even more confidence was when I met and interviewed the CTO on this show. He might be young, but he knows his stuff. Well, at least as far as I could tell. And I had a few technical people say he was impressive. So that was good for me. So yeah, there's a couple I'm looking at. I got my top 5 out as well. So Walton Coin, obviously PIVX was number 1, Icon number 2. 3 was, I can't remember the next order, but it was Walton Coin, Neo, and I can't remember. Something else. Happy New Year's to you, 21 Million Club. Haven't seen you in a while. 0-0 Leafs versus Blue Jackets in the second period. Thanks for the update, Mark G. Always like to hear how those Leafs are going. It's funny, I've got the Leafs. I've got Manchester City as my football team. Got teams all over the world. Oh, I can't remember the name of the rugby team I was supporting in Sri Lanka. I went and watched them play, and there was a photo of me put up in their newspaper and on the website because I was the only white guy in the crowd. But it was good. Enjoyed the match. Also, like Engine Coin, this is Seb. Aon, A-I-O-N, that is, because there's a few around. A-I for India, O-N. Request, REQ, Request Network. Ven being VeChain, and HST. HST. That's the one I couldn't recognize. Which one's HST? See what Seb's on. Decision token, never heard of it. Cool. Interesting. We'll take a look at it one day. One day. Oh man, cryptoeconomy. See, this is where like not only can you friend. cryptoeconomy has made a really interesting comment here, and I will literally get onto David Koepsell, cryptoeconomy, not a problem, man, and find out when they're actually going to start doing that. But cryptoeconomy has a friend who has a rare condition and is interested in info on how to put her DNA on blockchain for some tokens. Man, I got to tell you, with that, like if it's a rare condition, the researchers would be falling over themselves for that private key. So she can rent her private key for predetermined amount of times. Like she can say, you have availability to this information, my genetic information, for so X amount of days, X amount of hours, whatever it is. It's on smart contract, and she'll get paid in DNA. For the researchers will have to purchase DNA to pay her. She'll get paid in DNA tokens. Cool trading symbol, by the way. Obviously, if you're talking about genomic data, DNA, perfect. Very, very marketable. So well done to David and the team on that one. But yeah, man, I'll get on to Dave and ask him what the process is. I'm not sure if they're actually at beta testing yet, dude. But with something like that, I'm sure he'd be interested. It'd be a great like use case, test case for the DNA chain, for the GeneChain, as they're calling it. So yeah, man, I'll see what I can do. That's interesting. BUPA, says Pedro. BUPA. I haven't heard that one either. Well, I know it's a medical insurance company in Australia, but I hadn't heard of it as a... Oh, ADOG's in. I'm just scrolling through. How are you, ADOG? Good to see you. For anyone interested in YouTube subscribing, ADOG has his own channel. Young fella. Actually, ADOG, see, this is interests you a little bit. I don't want to give away personal information, but ADOG's been very brave in having surgery at a young age, and perhaps DNA, the EncrypGen, the blockchain is something you'd be interested in when you're a little older, for sure. But ADOG's only 12, maybe 13 now, I don't know. But yeah, he makes some cool YouTube videos. He's got a couple of him and his mates playing indoor basketball over there. So check out ADOG's channel. All right, what am I doing? I was having a look at, someone mentioned one, Booper, that's right. Having a look. Can't find it on here, so I'm guessing it's at ICO. Oh, Booper always trying to buy new tech. Okay, yeah. No, that's actually one of the questions I asked. So Booper, yeah, sorry, Pedro. Okay, yeah. So that's one of the questions I asked David when I was interviewing him for the article I was writing. I said, pharmaceutical companies like Pfizer valued at 67 billion or 70 billion or whatever it was, would you consider being bought out? And he said, no. Nah. He said it much more elegantly. I could read the exact quote, but he said, nah, stuff that, mate. This is his exact words. No. No, he basically said we'd be very careful to keep control of, to keep our vision intact, and selling a majority of shares to a pharmaceutical company wouldn't necessarily do that. Might cure gambling. Not-io. It's like, honestly, the potential is endless, because there's a lot of study to show that, genetics and your DNA can impact addiction disorder. I think there's a lot more environmental impacts, but who knows how far we can go with even curing smoking and things like that. Who knows? So yeah, it could do anything, Not-io. It's hard to say. That's the beautiful thing about it. It's the potential. We've never had it. Imagine having a database of genomic information accessible to researchers who can collaborate right around the world securely. Oh, I just think about the fast tracking of our advancements in medical science, and it makes me very happy. I think that's a really real win for society. 34 peeps watching. Smash the like button. Well, it's 45 now. Leafs just scored 1-0. Yo. A-Dog's also saying smash the like button. Yeah. Looked into deep brain chain a little bit, not heaps, but one of the people who comes on the show, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, is a big fan of deep brain chain, artificial intelligence on the blockchain. I think it's important that artificial intelligence is worked on in a decentralized and transparent manner, because I'm a big Elon Musk fan, I'm not going to lie, but I think there is danger inherent in having big companies controlling top quality artificial intelligence. So an open sourced, decentralized, transparent development of artificial intelligence is probably in our best interest. Am I tripping, or will LTC go to 800 to 100K this year? Yeah, you're tripping. 800 to 100K? No. Oh, I don't want to just flat out say no. You can never predict the economy. Oh, 10K, 8K. What? 1,000K? That's $1 million. What are we talking about? 800 to $1,000 is what you're thinking. Yeah, I think it can do that. I've said I think it can do 4 figures. Probably, yeah. The way this market's running, yeah. By the end of 2018, I think that's possible. I think they're working really hard. The Litecoin Foundation has just received huge influx of funds. So yeah, I think they can do it. They've got a good head start, man. Getting listed onto Steam was good. Big video game platform, biggest, right, for PC in the world, and they got listed on that, so that's good. Pretty psyched for Gladius. Really impressed that they already got alpha out before tokens on exchange. Yeah, Pedro, they had alpha out before they had alpha out at the pre-sale, brother. Yeah, like you said, before it even hit exchange, before it had even finished ICO, and I think that's what we're looking for as a crew. That's why we jumped on that one. I'm confident that we'll do well, because most sellouts don't hit markets at a loss, and Gladius sold out. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I've been real good. I'm just flat out busy, man. This economy keeps me crazily busy. Pedro was referring to clearly got their priorities straight with DNA, mate. That's it. I just don't feel like Dave's a guy who's in it for the money. You know how you get that feeling when you work with people? It just didn't feel like that for me with Dave. It felt like he was in it to change the world, which is what, it's ambitious, but that's what we're all wanting to do in this economy, I think. Not-io said there was a DDoS attack on Binance this morning. Yeah, man, I got shut out for a while. So hopefully Gladius can provide a really efficient solution going forward. On top, Rudy Adam, it's one I'm looking at. It's one of the 3 I'm looking at the moment. I've got 2, and that's the 3rd I'm thinking about actually making a crypto wave investment crew. So I won't mention the name. I'm just going to see what it says. Oh, bugger. Ah, ah, ah. Okay, thanks, Rudy Adam. I can read the message now. Ontology Network reached, that's one I was looking at. And that's the one I was supposed to send to Sab as well. Wilkie, Ontology Network. I told her to look it up. Ontology Network reached a hard cap on the private sale. No info about hard cap. There will be no pre-sale public sale of Ontology. Those who registered to our newsletter will receive 1,000 ONT for free. Good on you, Rudy Adam. To our newsletter. Cool, man. You're on the team there. Well done. Congratulations on the sellout. Good work. That's what I like to say. I'm on the PIVX team myself, bro. But I've got total respect for other cryptos in the economy. You know, we're all trying to work towards a better future. So that's awesome to hear, man. Good to hear. I should have contacted you guys. Anyway, well done. Pedro Iglesias. Glad team look like they're going to high school prom. Yeah, man, they're young. No doubt about it, Pedro. So was Zuckerberg when he created Facebook, dude. Not to mention, there's plenty of those stories in the computer world. The younger the better. I think the next big thing will come from a 16-year-old. Vitalik's 19. He's younger than the Gladius team. So let's not be ageist. I think that's going to be a mistake from some of the older crew. Like Wilkie said the same thing to me. He said, bloody blah, blah, blah. Looks like he's wearing his dad's suit. And then he just turned around and goes, shit, that kid's smart though. And I'm like, yeah, see, that's the thing, Wilkie. Does it really matter? The kid's had a computer in his hand. Sorry to call him kid, but we're approaching 40. So we're like very impressed with the technical abilities of the younger generation. I mean, they've had smartphones and computers in their hand since they were 6 years old. I used my first, Apple Mac at the Macintosh in grade 7 was like blowing my mind. And then by the time I was in year 12, I had my first mobile phone. And then 2 years after school, I was using a Nokia 5110. And I pretty much stayed on that until maybe 6 or 7 years ago. So, yeah, I don't think age is a restriction, especially in this economy. I mean, if you want a perfect example of that, look at the poster boy for for decentralization, for Ethereum. It's Vitalik. He's 19. He might have turned 20 by now, but my point is he's not that old. Sammy got. I'll leave the ICA chat out, guys, because I'd prefer to leave them out. Or is it hit markets now? Can I talk about it? Oh, I jumped again. Giving Tree Cultivator said hasn't really figured out decision token yet. Still having a look at it. Sam Roberts says HTA decision token does look good. It's rocketed recently, waiting for the dip. Thank you for your opinions, guys. I really haven't had a look at it. Hang on. Seb Fox says HST is Horizon State decision token. Okay, thank you. Decentralized elections on the blockchain. Thank you for that's obviously a very, overview of what it does. Crypto Chronicus said, that's awesome. My neighbor also has leukemia and is getting into crypto. He would love to hear as well. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Like, it's not awesome, obviously, that he has leukemia, but it's awesome that we're working towards solutions that could fast track some actual, real progress in these areas. There has been progress, don't get me wrong, and mad respect to the scientists and medical community who've made as much progress as they have, but we need to grab with both hands the opportunity to fast track this. Whether it's going to be successful or not is not really the point on this one. This is philosophical investing, and we need to put money behind projects like this, in my opinion, because see it as a donation to medical science, and if it's successful, you're going to make a ton of money out of it. But if it's not, it doesn't matter. It's a donation to medical science, because even if this fails, it will progress us one step further to the right answer. And that's the thing. That's why, I can't speak highly enough of EncrypGen. Chat so laggy. Oh, sorry, Pedro. It's probably not the chat, man. It's just that I'm only catching up with it, unless the stream's lagging. Nuggets is great. Okay, thanks, Sam. I haven't seen that one. Yeah, sorry, guys. Chat's confusing. Okay, I'm coming back down to the live then. Although Koala T has asked me a question probably half an hour ago. Hi, Fish. How long do you recommend hodling currency you have a lot of? Do you store it? Do you leave it in the exchange, or do you get a wallet? Koala T, for hodling, wallet. Always a wallet for hodling. It's a no-brainer for mine. Make sure you encrypt it, i.e. put in a strong password. You back it up on an external device, a USB, external hard drive, or you can use a hardware wallet like a Ledger Nano or a Trezor wallet. But always a wallet, man, always. How long do I recommend holding it for? It depends on the project. And what a lot of this stuff I'll hold forever, probably. That's, a lot of my top ones, I see them having long-term futures. Well, I'll hold them forever, not all of them. And that's a good point that Quality brings up, and you should always have an exit strategy, okay? Because it is responsible to take some profit along the ways, guys. That's as simple as that. You don't just leave your whole bags in 100% of the time, all the time. If you go, just do this to start with. If you're a mad hodler, and just take, especially if it's a new project, or it's a project. Look, all these projects are risky. That's the thing. Even the top coin in Bitcoin has some risk, has risk involved. So everything that you invest in does have risks. So my advice is, when you get ridiculous gains on a coin, if nothing else, look at taking 5% off the table at 20x or 10% off the table at 10x. At least then you've broken even no matter what. So it is a good point that Koala T makes. I go a little bit more than that because I like to take some profit. And then I've got more to invest in other things when great projects hit market. But Koala T makes a really good point about how long do you hold it. And that should be something you should be developing an exit strategy the minute you buy the coin, where you're happy to take profit, where you're happy to take certain percentages of your portfolio out of the game into fiat currency to actually realize your gains. Because until you have done that, you haven't made shit. You have X amount of crypto, whoop-de-doo, that can change overnight. We know that, by 30%. So it doesn't mean shit until you've transferred it into fiat. I'm sorry to swear, but that is a really important point. Also bought some Salt and some ARN on Binance a few hours ago, up over 20% on those already. Oh, cool, I got some Salt. Zhao said, if you're hodling, just save in a wallet, not exchanges. Yeah, can't stress that enough. Joe's doing backflips because QLC's hit 92 cents. It hit $1 this morning, Joe. Awesome. Pedro, I worked in IT for 10 years, so I am very confident in Gladius. Oh, man, see, that's awesome. Pedro worked in IT for 10 years, and now he's saying he's confident in Gladius. So he's obviously had a look at it. That's brilliant. I love getting, I don't have those technical abilities. A lot of guys in our Crypto Wave investment crew do, and that's why we were able to get a good read on it before we invested. Picked up some HST on Livecoin a while back, part of strategy to allocate 2% of portfolio for small cap experiments. I certainly should have bumped it into the solid investment category. Well done to you, though, giving Tree Cold about it. Isaac, hi, Fish, what do you think about Oyster Pearl, PRL? Haven't looked at it yet. Sorry, I'm reading so fast, just trying to catch up. Don't talk about QLC. Sorry, won't happen again. Oh, yeah, Zhao didn't miss out on QLC. That's all right, Zhao. We got some good ones coming up, man. So I think we'll be right. You've done fine anyway. Zhao and I got a good spike on Chaincoin this morning. I'm not advising anyone to buy it, but we've been running a less than promising coin experiment on that one. Some people call it something else. I can't remember the term. What about BCN, Bitcoin? Yeah, their wallet is a mess right now, but they have been around a while. I'm thinking about just buying and hodling it on Poloniex until their wallet straightens out, and it will likely bump. Well, it happened for us, Mark G, when we had our wallet troubles at PIVX during the implementation of Zero Coin Protocol. This is months ago now, but yeah, our price got dumped down big time, and now we're sitting at all-time highs, basically. So Kyle Mosley said 5110 crew. Pedro said, F yeah, rocking that 3210. Tapped up battery. Speaking about AI, what about C&D? I haven't had a look at it, Kyle Mosley. It's another one I'll have to catch up on, man. Told you guys about HST at 20 cents. I put it in high risk though. Thanks, Chris. Can you check out QTM? QTUM is good to buy in now. Jeff A, it's hard for me to say yes to that because of where we first started calling it on this show. I think it was as low as $12, maybe lower on QTUM. It did have retracements though, and it did. You know what happened? I set buy orders on that. I got a tip about it in July from a guy called Seong Min from Korea, and he said this thing will be a Neo challenger. And I went, ooh, I'm interested. And I set buy orders that day, never hit them. I've set buy orders on 4 or 5 different occasions and never hit them. And I've been moving it up and just never got them. So little lesson there, if you are going to get into a coin for the first time, sometimes it's actually good to grab 25% of your overall investment straight off the sell book, if the gap's not too big, and then scale down. So you get the rest of your 75% in at lower prices, because if I'd actually done that, I would at least be holding some QTUM, which is, from $12. I think it might have even been lower that we called it, but it's at 56 now. With those retracements, let me have a look. Yeah, see, it was stable at that $15 mark, right? And then it's gone on the double parabolia. But it did find support last time it dropped down to these sorts of figures at 50s. Like, I'm just having a look at the chart. You see here what I'm looking at. It's found support once before after a dip around this mark on the 50s and then going back up again. So that could act as support a second time. But I think it's a little overpurchased for the stage of development. I think it's got potential. But this whole economy values on potential. So will you get it cheaper than that? I can't be sure. If I was doing the flat out Fibonacci sequence, I would take it from this really stable point of $15 and put it for a growth of right up to the $100 mark, which means at 85 growth, we will have to take $42.50 back from $100, which is $57.50. So that's where the Fibonacci sequence says to start buying. Yeah, and it's below that. So based on the Fibonacci sequence, by the way, that's an adapted, it's not even anything. It's just something that's worked for me. I just call it the Fibonacci sequence. It basically says that you go from a stable point to what it's going, take back half and start buying in there and scale down, as always. Split orders are the best way to always be right, basically. If you don't set goals, you are basically gambling, responding to me before. Cheese on Bread said, storage a good buy. Funny you should mention that. I just started accumulating some. So did Wilkie. Wilkie and I both bought some storage, man, around the $2 mark. I don't know where it's sitting at the moment. Let me have a look. If it's lower than 2, I'll get in again. Because I think storage has got real potential, and I think that C is just winning out because they've got a low per coin price. I don't think the two should be that far apart in market cap. I'm not an expert in tech, but yeah, $2.19. So I've had a little bit of gains from where I bought in, but not parabolia. Storage, like the file storage services, though, did go quite high. I think if it hits that $2 mark, you might find support there again. It's up to you though, man. It's really hard to pick these markets in the short term. Long term, I think that storage can be a billion-dollar company based on the research I've done on file storage services in the non-blockchain world and what their revenues generate and that sort of thing. Yeah, it can be a six-figure company. Can be a billion-dollar company, sure. If everything goes well. C is obviously a strong competitor, but a 300 billion market cap, I wouldn't be surprised to see that 3x to a $1 billion market cap based on the research I've done. Thanks for the question. Chris, I reckon you should get in contact with Nugget. He's another Aussie bloke doing similar things to you. I owe a lot to you and to Nugget. Well, mate, there's a bodyboarder called Nugget. Is it? It's not Nugget the Booger, is it? Man, this keeps skipping on me every time I go to the thing. J Boogie POV. Hey guys, new to all this, but what is a good site to use to buy and sell? Man, Binance is good. Bittrex is good. They're not taking any new customers at the moment. Last time I checked, though, KuCoin is one that I've started using, and I really like it. That's KU Coin, and it's a Hong Kong-based exchange. And I actually have a referral link for that as well in my in the Discord group, guys. What I've actually done on our Discord group to make it fair for everyone, and to I don't want Gio and I had a chat. We don't really just want to see everyone chucking referral links up for everything, and just because it sort of makes us question whether you actually like the project or you're just trying to get referral bonuses. So what we've decided is we'll create a referral sections, like an actual referral category, and that has sub channels with everyone's name on it. Anyone who wants to set up their own referral channel can contact me, and I will do that. And that way, if someone helps you out in our Discord group, if there's a lot of people who help the newbies out and things like that. If someone helps you out and you want to say thank you, you can go to their referral thing and, log into an exchange. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you do choose to trade at any time on that exchange, that person will get a commission. So, it doesn't cost you anything. It's a great way to say thank you, and it's a great way to earn more income within our group. We use each other's referral bonuses. So, yeah, guys, I encourage it. Anyone who wants to put up their own referral page in our Discord group is welcome. Just please keep the shilling of that referral stuff to a minimum on the actual general chats. That's all. Like you can mention it, but just don't constantly be in there saying, "Oh, guys, go and check out my referral links. Go and check out my referral links." No one wants to hear it. We're there to discuss investments. So yeah, I've started my own. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a fish channel. So if you want to use Binance or KuCoin, I've got both my referral links up there. You're welcome, Quality. Cryptic Psycho's in, leaving the stream early. Sorry, Maddie, I didn't even get to say hello. The full Wraith release on Verge 15 minutes ago. Thanks, Gia. So Wraith is released on mainnet, has it? That's good to hear. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. That would make it an anonymous DApp project, if I'm reading my research right, which is an interesting proposal. I do think it's overpurchased again for the stage of development, even though I hold it. I do. I bought it at half a cent. At that, it wasn't overpriced. It had potential, solid potential. But then it ran up 30x. More. It ran up 60x at one stage to 30 cents a coin. I was doing these ones. What? It was overpurchased for the stage of development. That's for my personal opinion. Yes, it still has brilliant potential. And with Wraith Protocol being released, it means that the Verge team only missed their deadline by 9 days, which is it's not a deal breaker. What was a deal breaker for some investors is the lack of communication about that missed deadline. But if you guys remember way back in the day, Komodo did the same thing. Developers went a bit quiet on a missed deadline and everyone started talking scam. I'm not joking about Komodo. They started, it's a scam. The developers haven't been heard from. They missed this deadline and nothing's been said. They literally came out like a week later and went, we've just partnered with Monet's. Oh, by the way, Monet's already have registration in separate countries. Puts us in pretty good position in Europe, don't you think? And the price just went and took off to the moon. So yeah, that could happen with Wraith as well. If it goes well, they get some applications developed on top of Verge. Yeah, it can be in for good times again, but I think there were some people who were just, the other thing that Wilkie says is that everyone has short memories in this economy. So if Wraith works well, people might quickly forgive Verge and it could be on bullish times again. Yeah, grabbing 25% at market is a great idea, to be honest, says Pedro. It stops you doing silly things like buying 100% at market when it takes off. That's exactly right, man. So you set these buy orders and you're sitting there going, I'm going to pick up my first PIVX or whatever you're trying to buy. And then it's like, it comes down to your order, but then doesn't quite hit and it starts taking off. And you just start going, FOMO. So just buy like a little bit, just a little bit, 25%, straight off the sell book. Boom, rest, scaled down into buys. It's really good advice. Smithonomics has had major developments and is getting more accurate. Thanks, Agent Smith. Fibonacci sequence is just staying exactly the same, man. Don't fix what ain't broke. I heard a bit of FUD about the guy who runs storage. JP O'Brien, I've heard a fair bit of FUD about just about every coin in this economy. I'd love to hear specifically what the FUD is, though. I know that sounds funny, but I'd like to hear it, understand how important it is to the overall project. Johnny Crypto, you think it's still time to get some? It's pumped quite a lot. I'm not sure which one we're talking about. I'm back down to, hey, Ethercept. Did someone just summon me? XVG. Yeah, did you hear Ethercept? Oh, you probably heard. Wraith protocol's been released. Pedro said KuCoin referral program is amazing, even if it does look like a pyramid scheme. Well, the thing is all the referral programs are a pyramid scheme they're not a pyramid scheme. Like, that's the thing, right? The pyramid structures. Pyramid schemes are designed for evil, but the thing is that pyramid schemes rely on new money coming in. Now, if you are going to be trading on KuCoin anyway, because you like the coins available there and the trade fees are reasonable and all that sort of thing, or you want to do neo pairings, then if you don't use that referral bonus, you're just giving even more money to the exchange instead of giving some money back to your mate. So I get what you're saying, but this is like, it is a legitimate business model because it has a revenue stream, and the revenue stream is not necessarily just new money coming in. It is for the exchange to be trading on, but I mean, yeah, I don't think you can call it a pyramid scheme. The exchanges are going to take a cut. They can't operate it without it, really. Agent Smith said you can now only post my referrals. Hey, Ian Spicer, good to see you, man. Okay, I'm back down to live, guys. Yeah, that's it, Ian. That's a more elegant description. This is probably why you're a motivational speaker. Ian said that a pyramid scheme is collecting money for a non-existent product. That's it. Referrals are companies paying their customers to tell their friends. That's it. There is a difference. And Ian, you probably are aware that it's one of the most cost-effective and effective terms of marketing terms of marketing, full stop. Kyle Mosley said ICX is pumping again. No joke. I'll go have a look. All right, let me just have a quick look at, hang on, sorry. Brett just said, what's the best site for depositing AUD? I'm using BTC Markets and the fees seem a lot better compared to CoinSpot. I haven't tried BTC Markets, man. I've always just stuck with Coinbase, which runs at about a little under 4%. It's not great, but I haven't had to put fiat in for a long time. So that's the thing for me. I've been using profits on coins and keeping responsible, diversifying within the economy, and then trying to consolidate ones that I've made good money and really have perhaps not lost faith in, but see better value within the economy. So I haven't really kept a. I've heard of CoinJar as well, CoinJar, and Joe. Are you still in the chat, Crypto Care? If you're listening, man, I know you've got a couple that you said were pretty good. Help Bretto out. Multi-level marketing. Yeah, cool. I know it's not like multi-metal. It just looks funny seeing the structure. Yeah. I know. Yeah, cool. I reckon Binance will list WAN straight away, just like they did with ICX. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it reached 1/3 to 1/2 the market cap of ICX within 2 weeks of it opening. Interesting, Chris. Interesting prediction. Latest prediction was Ethercept. He called ICX to $10 within. Is ICX at 1160? All right. Well, can you stop typing and let me have a look at it then? Hang on. Give me a second, people. Ooh, 1147 on CoinMarketCap according to the aggregate figures, and it was probably updated a little ago. But wow, that's pretty special. 1147, stoked. Yes. Poor Fisho can't keep up with the chat. Exactly, Pedro. My quicker reader. Kyle Mosley said, BTC Market seems to have the best fees for fiat deposits in Australia. Thanks, Kyle. Pedro said, it's a bit of a pain. Had an unconfirmed transaction for about a month and support just fobbed me off. Well, that's not good. I'm big on customer service. And now they've just got a bad review on live YouTube show because I'm going to read the comments and I'm not going to censor anyone. So that was silly to fob him off because now he's just had his say live. Chris Sikos. Yeah, one will probably go on Binance. I've heard KuCoin mentioned too. Cool. We'll keep an eye out for it, guys. Let's make sure we absolutely smash as soon as we get news. Guys, you know what we do on Discord? We did this with Icon, okay? As soon as it hits markets, we need to tell each other so we can get in if it's a reasonable price. Because, we'll be slightly competing with each other, of course, but it's better than competing with a million other people who are FOMOing it the next day because it takes them longer to find out than us. So let's keep each other informed. And as soon as someone sees that one hit market, if you can just put up like an announcement and in the general chat, and just if one of the like Zhao or anyone who's an administrator can actually then pin it and put everyone so everyone gets a shout out about that. Just gives everyone the earliest chance. Make your own decisions, guys. It's probably going to be heavy FOMO town when it first hits, so it could get hell overpriced. So please, make your own decisions. But I find like you'll get that spike and then the sell-off, and that's the best time to buy, and then it'll start running again. It happens with almost every ICO that does well. It goes spike and like big spike, and then some people just go, oh, just 20x, bang, dump. And that actually starts people going, oh, I wanted to get some profits out of this. Oh, I wanted to get some profits. And it goes back down, and then, it starts gradually, a more sustainable growth pattern. I've noticed that with a lot of ICOs. So just look for the dip, guys. If you're going to get in, it's responsible. Maybe do you can do your 25% off the buy book if you're desperate. Independent Reserve is an okay exchange, Fish. Thanks for that, Nadia. I've never looked at it. Pedro said I need to evolve into Octopus, the beach bum investor, from Fish, the beach bum investor. Need more hands. Yes, I do. There's a joke there somewhere. The first day I joined this channel, you guys were buying up ICX as it landed. Well done, crew. Thanks, JP O'Brien. Yeah, man, we did a lot of research on that one, and we followed the futures markets. So when you're well prepared like that, it's a no-brainer. There was enough volume going through those futures markets, which it often isn't on HIT BTC because people don't really feel comfortable playing that market just yet. But this did have quite a lot of volume going through at Icon, which was another good indication that it was going to be desired. But the other thing is, with that much volume, it can actually give a reasonable estimate of where the price is going to go. And when we saw it at $1.20, and we've been watching it on futures at $2.50, $2, $3, around that mark, you've got to say that's half price, right? Well, it turned out to be a lot less than half price, but just based on the information we had available to us, it seemed like a quick 2x that we could easily make based on where it had been trading at futures, and assuming that we had found out the information before most people, considering Zhao dropped it on us 6 minutes before it actually hit the markets. Again, Zhao, I don't know how you did that. Well done, sir. Looking for opinion, do you think it would be a good idea to change the unit price of Byteball? Right now it's around $700, but it could be listed as 70 cents. Joseph Garnier, unfortunately, I'm going to say yes. I hate saying yes to that, but it's a market trend that per coin price matters. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. I do maths, so it's circulating supply, eventual supply, and market cap. Not 70 cents per coin, 2 cents per coin, 1 cent per coin. We quote that a lot to make it relative to actual gains, because it's all good saying I gained half a BTC. And I used to do that a lot when I was first in the economy as well, because there's this whole screw the fiat system, right? But half a BTC can be anything from, since I've been in the economy, can be anything from $800 to $10,000. That's very hard to make relative to the real world at the moment, because things aren't generally priced in BTC. And if they are, that price fluctuates as BTC fluctuates against the US dollar. So really, the best anchor we have in the economy at the moment is US dollar. I don't want to say US dollar tether, but like, if that's all above board, US dollar tether, but US dollar is the most relative value we have. Or more specifically to you, your own economies, like the currency, cryptocurrency to your own economy, your own country's currency is the most relative comparison you can make. That's the truth. So do I think it should be valued at 70 cents and 700? That's an option. Yeah, they can just 10 times multiply everyone's shares by 10. And honestly, that could become the new bloody rebranding or the new forking You know, things that have just, for some reason, taken on way more market cap than they should have through rebranding and forking. That could be the new thing, you know, debasing the currency, essentially. So adding substantial amounts to the market supply based on current holdings, which would be fair if you distributed it all at exactly the same time and there were no transactions that took place during distribution. Then, yeah, you could distribute 10 times the amount of tokens and the price will fall. But I don't see the point. Like, it's just uneducated people at the moment. Like, that will change. I think so anyway. I think people will wake up to the fact that coin price is kind of the last thing that's relative. It's market caps, it's circulating supplies, it's eventual supplies. Ethercept said breaks own arm, patting self on back. Yeah, man, you've done well with your tips. Fisher, I put buy signals in general Discord chat the day before the huge run-ups for each TRX, XMY, SIA, and XDN in a few weeks. No other signals, 4 from 4. Nice one, Ethercept. Doing well, man. That's the thing. We've got guys like this who are happy to give their time to the crypto wave investment crew guys. Ethercept doesn't get paid. Not from me, anyway. Jao doesn't get paid to drop this information on us like this when there's trade signals. Bovosh got paid a little bit. It was, oh shit, I just realized. You know, I paid Bovosh 50 ICX back when it was, I like pledged 50 ICX to him at 50 cents. So I sent him that 50 ICX just like a couple of weeks ago. So I pledged $25 to him. I ended up sending him 550. Well done to Bovosh. But yeah, most people who like that might happen occasionally. I'll drop a little PIVX on someone, or I'll drop a little of my bonus shares on someone or something like that. But generally speaking, our crew doesn't get paid and they give up their time for free. So it is a really valuable source of information within the crypto economy. So if you're interested, please join up, guys. There's no subscription fees or anything like that. But just make sure you give, you know, guys like Ethercept and Zhao and BB Junkie, Agent Smith. There's a lot of guys who really heavily contribute. Grinkers has been running himself silly with that other ICO we're looking at the moment. He's having to organise multiple groups now because we got sloppy on it and we didn't get in the pre-sale. So Grinkers is bloody tidying up, I'll say our collaborative mess, but as the leader of that at the time, I'll say my mess. And he does that all free of charge. He doesn't need to do that either, guys. I got to tell you, it's not something that he needs to do. So yeah, just make sure you give him a thank you. You know, it doesn't have to be about financial transactions, guys, or sending crypto to each other as a thank you, but just make sure you're appreciative of what the guys do, because they work bloody hard to keep us all in front of the game. Yeah, Andy G, I've got the same strategy. Andy G said, instead of cashing out into fiat, I'm looking into at dividend-paying cryptos to hold profits in, so residual income coins or proof-of-stake models. I do exactly the same thing, man. I got to, like, you guys know I work for PIVX, so that's a no-brainer for me. When I take profits, I do have to put some stuff into Aussie dollars to pay for, you know, some things in the real world. That we're looking at doing some really exciting stuff in the surfing world in the next, say, 6 to 12 months with PIVX, like really exciting stuff. So I've got to have some money aside for that. And yeah, so I do have to take a little bit out, but for my personal, you know, for my personal investments, when I do take profit, quite often a lot of that goes into PIVX, just into my savings account that I then stake. And every now and again, get one of those staking bonuses, which is, you know, 2 PIVX. It's $20, $25, depending on where the price is sitting. That's cool. I like that. So yeah, I do that, man. I'm the same. I like putting some profits into those residual income coins, especially the ones that are really solid, man. App coins, new coin hit by Binance this morning, has already gone about 2.5x in a few hours. Binance has some incredible trade volumes, and ever since they started, they've had whales over there. Like when they started, Zhao, you were over there when they started, they must have had like 6 coins, right? And then they grew and grew. And the whales were always there though. Whenever something got listed on Binance, it was always getting bought up. What is the best wallet to use that is stored on the desktop, as I don't have a USB hardware wallet yet? Brett, depends on which coin you're talking about. I assume you're talking about Bitcoin, but man, I'm not the best in our crew to talk about wallets. We do have some people who are really proficient on that. I really do recommend, man. We've got a Discord link in the description. Join up, and if you just put a shout out to the guys over there on Crypto Chat, or we've got a help section as well. You're welcome to just put the question in there, and one of the crew will answer you, and they'll help you out with that. It's just not we all have our departments that we sort of are better at than each other, and by working together, we can all become experts, But the best way to do that is actually to allow the people who are best to answer that for you, and that's not me and our crew. Unit bias, thanks Cryptochronicus. Yeah, that's what it's called, unit bias. But I don't understand unit bias. It makes no sense in my mind. Rookie investors think they gain more from holding more tokens. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Pedro. It's all about percentages though, bro. And you know that, obviously. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. Cryptic Psycho. We just had a rumor of the 24th to the 25th of January, and we're going to be keeping an eye out that. Tim, are you on our Discord group, bro? Just come over. We'll probably announce it. Like, someone will find it and announce it there as soon as it hits market. I like that you don't trust Tether. I think that's the first target for major regulation. Fed not going to be happy to lose control of. Oh, why did it skip? Anyway, sorry. I don't not like Tether. It's just control of inflation. Yeah, I don't not like Tether. I'm cautious of it because of the rumors I've heard around it. Pedro's in the West. Cool, man. I used to live over WA. CDN2, but was 2 days earlier, slower on up. Cool. Ethercept. Now has taken off 114. Yes. I just picked up some more this morning. Just saw it. I felt like it was going to do its thing again. Joseph Garnier, 2018 we'll see even more. Sorry, we'll see a more even distribute. Joseph, I'm going to start this again. It's obviously gotten towards an hour because I'm starting to get tongue-tied. Excuse me. 2018 we'll see a more even distribution amongst the market cap of cryptocurrencies. Either Ethereum or Ripple will surpass Bitcoin's market cap. DAG projects will take off. Awesome comment, man. I like the variety in that comment. That's cool. And yeah, I don't know about Ripple. I think Ripple couldn't it? Because it's got all that institutional money. I think Ethereum passing Bitcoin's market cap was something I'd always predicted. Because if you actually have a look at the circulating supplies of both, and you understand that I've been predicting a 5 Ether to 1 Bitcoin ratio, you'll understand that I'm actually predicting Ethereum to surpass the market cap of Bitcoin, or at least level out with it. And that's where my figures came from, to come up with that ratio, essentially. So, yeah. 50 ICX, fish is nice fish. Man, Ethercept, I don't know if I would have committed 50 cents if I know it was going to this price. 50 ICX. But, you make a deal, you make a deal. You can't go, you know how I said I was going to give you 50 ICX? Yeah, well, it's gone to $12 now, so I'm only going to give you 5. That's not really fair. It's a win for both of us. We all get them in the economy occasionally. Pedro, the signals, we do have a day trading channel. But Ethercept, do you use that, or do you just drop them in the general chat? I'm not sure. Ethercept might be doing what he, running his own rules and dropping it in the chat instead of in day trading. We're on the group, I write information. David Tens, you can either write it in announcements. We also have resources if it's something that people can continue to use, or just in the general crypto chat, man. If you're dropping anything general in the crypto chat and we think it should be in another channel, we'll repost it in that channel so everyone can find it. But if you just get to, if you're new over there and just chat to a few guys who are over there, they'll sort of direct you to the right channels to drop any info on. But always, if you're unsure, just always in crypto chat. Everyone's always hanging out there. Thomas Turner, pay attention, people. Remember the late 90s. A shotgun blast made bank for a while, but those who survived did their research. Yeah, man. Yep, that's true. I've said for a long time, Thomas Turner, that this will be a blockchain bubble. 100%. Like, I don't like to laugh at it, but there's a lot of stuff being overpriced and a lot of stuff being priced on potential and a lot of stuff that's crap that for some reason has multi-million-dollar valuations. But there is, like you said, Thomas, there's going to be the next Googles, Apples, IBMs, Microsofts are going to come out of this era of technical evolution. So those who research and choose well will stand to benefit financially. Those who FOMO, pick things because they've got, for whatever reason, everyone else is buying them, they're going up real quick. If you're more than likely going to lose your money. I'm serious. I think that will happen. So yeah, Thomas, I think it's really important, man, to do your research and get on the right projects. 100% with you there. Adam Tazen, hey, fishing everyone. Good to see you, Adam. Yeah, man, I know. Joe, forget all that. Joe said, Fishy, you can pay rent, phone bills, and internet with Living Room of Satoshi. Get this, Joe. I spent 40 PIVX back in the day, 50 PIVX, 40 PIVX, making a promo video to show people how to pay your internet service provider bill with PIVX, right? 40 or 50 PIVX for 1 month of internet service. $600 now, US. Ouch. You know what else I did, though? You know what else I did, Joe? You can BPay with those, yeah, man. You can BPay on Living Room of Satoshi with PIVX, bro. And that's the thing. Like, I did another video where I entered a bodyboarding competition and paid the registration fees down at DK Sessions at Port Macquarie, and I paid it in PIVX. That was when PIVX was $3 or $4 a coin. So I paid 30 PIVX for the registration, like $100 registration. Probably should have kept that. Will you be able to stake ICX? It's not certain at the moment, Stephen Milner. Now, I've heard rumors and speculation that it will take 1,000 ICX to run a masternode, but I haven't had anything confirmed on that at this stage. I did read something about them talking about a similar staking model to Neo, where you would earn a different coin, not more ICX, because ICX isn't inflationary that I'm aware of. So it could become a residual income coin, and you'll stake it, but you won't actually earn ICX. You'll earn something like gas or something like that. That's just anecdotal evidence that I've read, nothing official out of ICX. Seb's in the Discord. Good to hear, man. How do you trade back into Australian dollars? Ian, Living Room of Satoshi, dude. That's how I do it. Or I might just ask Jace if I can use his crypto debit card because I haven't ordered one yet. I'll just put the money on there and take it out in an ATM. But yeah, you can use Living Room of Satoshi. Living Room of Satoshi, however you pronounce it. You can go to bank accounts from there. Provided you're not with one of the big four, Ian. The big four are putting the big squeeze on, man. Big squeeze on with crypto. The smaller credit unions that are being reasonable, but the big four are being pricks. All right, guys, I'm so sorry. There's like a lot of chat still coming in. Western Union has introduced a new ICO. Do you think anyone will buy? Aren't companies? Oh man, go away, Western Union. You've taken too much money out of too many of my friends for too many years. So no, we'll just use crypto. We don't need you to create your own. We've already figured out we can do it ourselves. So piss off. Anyway, sorry, but they do rip people off. They set up most heavily in the countries that they know are going to have the most need for it, i.e. third world countries where people leave the country to earn good money and send it back to their family to help them out of poverty. And what does Western Union do? Sit there in the middle and take an absolutely insane percentage. So piss off. We don't need you. Anyone who buys that might as well go and buy Ripple. No, I'm just saying it's heartless. They're pricks. So no, I won't be buying that. They'll probably make a fortune with all the institutional money backing it, but I don't care. I'll just try and do my best to set up crypto avenues for that and not let bloody Western Union have their finger in this pie. Sorry, big rant. All right, guys. And on that rant, on that rant, guys, I'm going to leave it. Yeah, they and Ripple can piss off. Exactly. Well, I don't want to. Oh, it's so mean because there are a lot of, like, my friend Jivant in Malaysia. He came from Sri Lanka. Like, he lived there for a long time. So he's one of the guys I'm talking about who's been affected by that, you know, this money transfer, and he's invested in Ripple. So there you go. But yeah, man, me personally, I feel the same way. Ripple's good tech. Don't get me wrong. Really good technology. Yeah, guys. Yeah. Yeah, man. Don't worry. I've said that plenty of times about Jamie Dimon, Jamie Dimon, Jamie Dimshit, Jamie Dipshit. Yeah, but finally to the leap on Cryptopia to buy some PIVX. Any advice on some coins to look at on Cryptopia? Thanks, mate. Harry, it's had a big run up, mate. But DNA EncrypGen is on Cryptopia. Please don't FOMO it. It is likely. Sorry, David, but market action suggests that this should likely retrace a little bit after 166% growth in a day. But make your own decision, guys. And if you really want to get into something that I see as revolutionary technology, you can look at buying that first little bit, tiny little bit with these run-ups off the buy book, off the sell book, and then scale down, guys, because it has been a parabolic growth. That's responsible. Yeah, and Nige said the same thing. Yeah, Dayon, of course I remember you, bro. How you been, man? Good to see you. Nige said, true fish, all Filipinos paying crazy Western Union percentages, man. All over the world, brother. All over the world. Every developing country gets smashed with it, and they know what they're doing. They're not idiots. So it's ruthless, and I can't support that. Sorry, guys. I'm going to rant for hours if we get onto this. I'll give you a last tip from Phil Davis. He said Z Classic and Packcoin on Cryptopia. A bird told me to check them out. I haven't really looked at either, so I can't comment. But thanks for the last comment. Oh, Dayon. I tried to learn to ride the day trading wave and lost a nice chunk. Lesson learned. Yeah, man. Dayon. Day trading's not for everyone, man. And that's the other thing. It absolutely robs you of your time. So if you're not profitable at it, step away from the computer, hodl, set some sells way up the charts that you're happy to take some profit at for sure. But don't then go start trying to trade it back in small ranges unless you know what you're doing. Yeah. Gee, Josh, I've done things like that as well. Chikai, stay frosty. I will, man. See you later, man. All right, good to see you. I'll catch up with you tomorrow for another crypto conversation. I've got to get some food, do some work. See you tomorrow.